365 Days of Horsemanship, day 98. A pretty nice day today. I was privileged enough to have a session with Mia where I felt that we could have done more, that there was more left in the tank, and that she was still interested in me when I finished, which is, you know, huge, obviously huge. So I literally just came up and wanted to hose her, got the halter out, and she didn't really want to come straight away. She was just sort of still ignoring it a little bit. So I was just kind of trying to be in flow, and then I decided that maybe I was a little bit cold, so I wanted to get my jumper from the car. And as I was walking back up to the yard to get my keys that I'd left on the bench, she started walking. And so I just thought, you know, I'll just walk with her. We're supposed to be going in this general direction anyway. She came up to the fence, so I let her in to the yard, and I put a hay net up for her, and I was able to hose her leg just like that with no halter or anything. And it was pretty amazing, to be honest. She was quite engaged. She was looking around at me. Anytime she looked around and off the hay, I would stop the hose for a couple of breaths, and then I would put it back on again. And that worked just really nicely. And she had a moment where she just really put her head down. I could tell she was just thinking, and she just seemed really soft and relaxed. And so I finished there. But it was great. I mean, it was really, really good. Yeah, it was really, really good. I felt really good about that. I felt like we'd set it up well. And I definitely think that, excuse me, I definitely think that 3 or 4 days ago, I could not have, the hay would not have been enough to keep her there with no other motivating factors at all. And yeah, so that was really nice. I really felt like that I got like a little mini episode of the success of freedom-based training. And there was food involved. You know, it wasn't entirely freedom-based because, well, it is, because she had the option to leave at any time, but I was using this extra motivator of the food, right? Which is kind of an extrinsic motivator. But what I did was I set it up really nicely for success. I was able to do that because I'd spent the time working on it the previous few days with the halter and, you know, just with the hose. And I feel really good about that. I really feel today like she knows she could have left at any time. And she chose not to. She chose that, you know what, actually it's okay. I think I can manage this. With the food as a little crutch, you know, with the hay net as a little crutch. But that's, I mean, that's huge compared to, you know, I need to have the halter on in order to be hosed. So that's, you know, really amazing. So I was really happy with that. Really, really happy with that. I was a little bit delayed in going up to see Lawrence. It was a super short session. I literally just kind of checked in with him and said hi. And he gave me a really good opportunity to leave. So I just kind of took it and left, to be honest. It's quite late here now, and I have a few bits and pieces I want to do later on. Still left to do today. To the next few days, I'm going to hopefully have a little bit more time. Fingers crossed. I do actually still have loads to do the next few days. But hopefully I will have a little bit more time. Excuse me. And so I wasn't really too worried about a shorter session today, but I came up and he was just grazing. And I just slotted in next to him and I was happy, and I was just in flow, and we were just grazing together, and it just felt really good. And then he came over and we had a little, you know, nice little connecting moment, and it was just nice. And then he went straight back to grazing again. So I grazed him for a little bit, you know, another, you know, couple of minutes. And then he came and he asked for a scratch, but then he did this scratching thing where he pushes me with his nose, and he just pushed me a little bit too hard. And so I just took that opportunity to leave. And I think that it's interesting because they always say that you should leave it on a good place. But I have found with him that there's enough in the relationship that when I'm in a situation like that where I'm offering flow and then he pushes me away, if I leave too far, then that does help him kind of reduce his, I guess, energy and aggressiveness with that movement. So I was really happy to leave it there. I was really happy to be like, yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. If that, you know, I'm gonna be going. And I definitely could have come by and asked for a better feeling in that place, for sure. And I think that tomorrow I'll be sure that I come and do that. But for today, it felt like a good moment. It just felt right. I just can't describe it. It just felt right. So tomorrow I'll come back again and I'll make sure that I have a better feeling in that place. And when I get that better feeling in that place, then I will stay. But for tonight, it was just a really good opportunity just to go, you know. He didn't really seem to need anything from me. It would have been nice to have stayed and stayed in flow. And it's nice to feel with both of them like I could have done more. It's sort of nice to feel that way after feeling so sort of dampened over the last couple of weeks. Excuse me. So yeah, I think it's good. Excited, hopefully, to have some more time over the next few days. I haven't really read that much of my book the last few days either, because I just have not had time because I've been working. But I'm okay with that, you know. It's not school, you know. It is school, but it's horse school. And horse school, you know, the lessons are when you want them to be, because it's a labor of love. And yeah, I'm really learning to prioritize the things that I feel I want to do every day, and the things that I can prioritize myself before those things, you know, and taking care of myself and the other aspects of my life is really important. So yeah, excited to get back to my book the next few days.